We engaged with World Rugby as soon as we knew we got wind that this may be a possibility, and that was on Wednesday night. We talked to them and they explained to us that the game would be in jeopardy on Sunday because of the size of the storm, and if it did go to the Monday, then it would be cancelled. And they also told us it's more than likely that the England-France game would also be cancelled on that day. We absorbed that information, worked it through, and it was basically based on the participation agreement. We took legal advice upon that challenged the view, and then we got a QC opinion from a leading sports practice in London, Nick DeMarco, and he actually backed up the fact there is flexibility in the schedule. They took a decision fairly quickly around those games, and we were at the last game to be played. It's a huge pivotal game, and our view is it didn't sit right with us. We don't feel it's just that we feel that there's other ways this could have happened, and there was massive amounts apparently of contingency planning going on, but none of them seem to have been executed. And we're just saying to them, look, I don't want to criticise World Rugby. They're running a first-class tournament, and I'm convinced they're going to do everything they can to get this game played on Sunday, and the weather at the moment looks like it's slightly improving. The optimistic view is taken by Greg. You've just heard all that. You understand that he is fixing that game, preparing his squad for the optimistic view that this will happen, and I'm more believing that will be the case. My job is to actually say, well, if you look at the pessimistic side, and for whatever best endeavours this doesn't happen, there's something that just doesn't feel right about not fulfilling the final game and Scotland, or anybody else in fact, exiting the competition. And I really feel sorry for our Italian friends who are now finding themselves on the way home, I guess because they didn't have time to recalibrate and think about what they had to do next. Well, we've been looking after our own position, Alistair, as you can appreciate. We're looking at how it affects us, but we have spoken to the JRU, and they are keen for this game to go on. And I think Jamie Joseph's points that he made before is that I think his point was we are an outstanding side who want to play well in a world-class sense, and they're an outstanding side. And I think they want to be talking about them being 3-0 up in this four-game pool and going through in the right reasons. And I think everybody wants to play this game. I think the rugby world wants to see us play this game. And all we're asking for is a common sense approach that allows this game to be played in perfect safety 24 hours after the storm clears. And most of all, and this is what we really want to get across, is our principal concern is for the safety of people, the general public and supporters and the Japanese people. And this country got a phenomenal track record in getting things back up and running once they've had major disasters. They're used to them. They're probably the best in the world at doing that. We're just saying, give them some time. Give them just a little bit of time where the sporting integrity of this tournament is not compromised. I think when you're asking for somebody to reconsider something as big as this, we are trying to base that argument on the fact that there's sporting integrity around this. If you're an economic powerhouse of the game, yeah, I think it comes with more clout, and I think most people feel that if it was one of the economic powerhouses of the game, let's just say New Zealand, perhaps more thought would be given to a flexible approach.